Hello everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I am just messing around with some pages right now, and I will wait for someone to be here to tell me if my sound is okay, if everything is all right. There's Vicki. Hello, Miss Vicki. Hi, Janice. So I am just messing around. Hi, Thilda and Linda. Happy Sunday. Oh dear. Let me see if I've lost my video. Give me a sec. There we go. All right. Hi, Marcy. Thank you, Marcy. I like to hear that everything is going all right. So, happy Sunday. If you're watching the recording, this is a live stream. I have people, hi Mitz, Joyce, Raven. I have people in my chat I like to say hi to. Hi Branna. Thank you, Vicki. I kind of ran out of time. I am going like a crazy person and just not getting there. Not getting there at all. So I am streaming live. I do stream live every Tuesday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Would love to see new people in the chat if you'd like to come and ask questions. And I'm Muriel and Jennifer and Verifee and Dawn. There's so many people that come in here, and they're a great group, and they're awfully fun. And they have a great time in the chat, too. I have to say, they get to going sometimes and have a grand old time. So if you have a chance to come see the live streams, if you have a chance to come, hi Pam's Creative, Scotty, Mary, we have a lot of fun in the live streams. But I do understand if you can only watch the recording, it's not the best time for everyone. So thank you for watching the recording. So I have a couple of show and tells today. I have not had a chance. I have my own nonsense going on, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. So it's taking a lot of my time. I do apologize. Hi Julie. Hi Emma. Hi Vicki. I do apologize. I am dealing with a bunch of stuff and I can't put it off. I need to get this stuff done, and so I am not able to do as much of the videos and stuff as I want to be doing. I really want to be making books and all kinds of things, and I just don't have time. And I'm hoping to get my nonsense all taken care of and finished and dealt with so that I can go back to my usual schedule and get things done. So that being said, I probably will not get the challenge out tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to have time for that. I will try, but I'm not guaranteeing it. So it is that time. I came on just a little early today. And so I absolutely enjoyed, loved, had so much fun making those 3-tier books. Hi, Lucky Doodler. Really had fun with that. And so I am making some more little bits, some pages, to make some more of those. And I will be doing a video when I get a chance, going through the process of making the pages before I do them. So, hi Clara. I just want to make sure there's enough time for everybody to get here so they can see all the fun stuff. I went to okay, I'm having a hard time with English all of a sudden. I went to St. Petersburg yesterday, and St. Petersburg has an artorama, sorry, it has an art-o-mat. It has an art-o-mat. Thank you. And I am planning on a series of homemade stamps as well. As soon as I get my nonsense all straightened out and fixed up and finished, I will be doing a bunch of videos, different kinds of ways that I make my stamps. I will be doing I think I got a email. Tell me the name of the email. I haven't had a chance to reply to all my emails yet. Tell me the name of that you sent the email under. Hi, Jamie. And I can tell you, I did not get, sorry, I keep forgetting that I've got this thing on my head. I did not get a chance to reply to my emails yet. Hi, Jessie. Hi, Debbie. Wow, we got lots of people here today. And I will be replying later tonight. I believe I will have a chance to. Man, my time is just not my own right now. So anyway, yes, I am planning. Hi, Shelley. I am planning videos on doing these stamps. I want to get that done. Let me see if I have that one. Yes, you are here. Yes, I did get your email. I will be responding. Well, let me just respond to you now, please. Save me the time. For those people that want to send me stuff for the FIBS book, you can, hi, Hottie Popo. You guys are funny. Hottie Popo. Anybody can send me things for the FIBS book. I am planning, this month is just a little rough for me, I am planning to do at least 2 pages in the FIBS book every month. Right now I do have one person ready to go, and maybe I will do that on Tuesday. I was wondering what I would do. I might do the FIBS book page on Tuesday. Then I don't have to really prepare a lot of stuff. So you can send me stuff, and you will, if you send me stuff for the FIBS book, you are in line for your page, and I put everybody in as I get them. Hi, Betty. So, hi, Joyce. I said hi to Joyce already. I'm a little bit confused of what I've got here. Sorry. I need to put this cord for that up here so I don't keep moving it. I don't want to make anybody seasick. All right. So that's the way that goes. Yes, I always will take stuff for the FIBS book, and I put them in order as I get them and make the pages as I do it. So yeah, I kind of do need stuff for the FIBS books. Please do send. Please do send. I have only one in my line right now. I have only one. I have Art-O-Mat. Yes. Okay. So backing up a little bit. I think everybody's here. Let me put my little toys away. I'm going to be doing videos on making stamps, and I make stamps in a various different ways. Okay. I do a lot of fun foam stamps. I do a lot of homemade stamps with O-rings and washers and found things, and I will be doing a video on that kind of thing. I also have a tutorial out for the concentric circle stamps. It's a very easy way to make the circle stamps. This tutorial is a paid video. You have to pay for it. You can make all of these stamps. It's similar to the way I make my foam stamps. Do I have some of my foam stamps? It's similar to the way I make my foam stamps, but there's just a slight difference, and it makes all these wonderful stamps. The tutorial, you will need a circle template. This one I got at Michael's. It's the big circles. The smaller one I think I got this one at Hobby Lobby, but I've seen this one at Office Depot or any office supply store. You need to have a circle template to make the circle circle stamps the way I show in the tutorial. So the tutorial is $6. You need to have the circle template and the fun foam, of course. I use the really thin fun foam. And it's really easy, it's really simple, and it's really fast. And you can make all those different variations. Okay, just email me if you want to get the tutorial. Okay. All right, so I don't know what's going on here. Something is happening and I have missed the chat. Is everything okay with Betty? Something is amiss. Somebody enlighten me, because that's a little scary what I saw there in the chat. I want to make sure everything's okay. All right. So that is about the stamp tutorial. Tell you about the Art-O-Mat. All right. So first of all, first before the Art-O-Mat, I want to say, oh, just playing. Okay, you scared me there talking about that kind of thing. All I saw was your last chat box, and that was a little scary there. Okay, so I got some Happy Mail birthday present from Miss Vicki, and I wanted to show you because I think this is very cool. I have a few bird's nests, so I can show them to you real fast. But Miss Vicki found this on her porch a few months ago, right? A few months ago. And she decided that she didn't have room for it, so she sent it to me because I've got some other ones, and I kind of save them. But isn't this the cutest little nest? Isn't that sweet? Can you see it? Last summer. So she found this on her porch, and she watched the little baby birdies being born, and all of them, four of the five survived or were born. And one of these eggs, and I haven't opened this yet, so hopefully I won't break it. She said one of the eggs did not hatch. Look at this tiny little thing. Oh, look at that. Oh, look how sweet it is. So I'm going to put that right in there because that's where it started out. So she sent that to me because she didn't have, and I have a few nests. Aunt Sandra always has found a few nests for me, and she finds them in her yard. So what I believe is that the birds they make a new nest every time they want a nest. They make a new nest. So this would have it would never have been used again. So she went ahead and moved it. So I am going to put that in a jar or something. Okay, so here is another nest. This one I found at Aunt Sandra's a couple years ago. It was in the tree, and I managed to get it out of the tree in November. And so I put them in these little containers. And this one has all kinds of twigs and stuff that was holding it in. I love nests. I love them. And this one is another little nest that Aunt Sandra sent to me quite a few years ago. And that one came with an egg, or she found the egg separately. This little egg here is cracked. It's blue. But I've always loved this nest, and I have taken a ton of pictures of this little nest, this wonderful nest. So I save them, and I've got another one that's it's a flat nest. It's long, and I'm not sure how to store that one or what to do with it. But so unhatched parakeet eggs. How big are those? Oh, I would love that. I would love that. I would love that. I would take pictures of them. All right, so that is my little show and tell for the nests. The nest. Oh, I bet they're tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay, so the Artomat in St. Pete. Now, the Artomat, there are many locations, and I have stuff on my hands, so I should really clean up my hands while I'm talking. The Artomat, you can Google Artomat, and find the locations for these Artomats. They're all throughout the United States, and there are some overseas. I love eggs. Yes, I love eggs. I don't know what it. I mean, I don't like eating eggs, but I love the look of eggs. I love taking pictures of eggs. I am kind of egg obsessed. Don't know why. I have no idea where that comes from because I'm not. I don't know. Anyway, so the Artomat they are refurbished cigarette machines. You know, in the old-fashioned days when you could buy cigarettes through the machine. And they can't do that anymore. They have to make sure that people are over 18 before they sell them cigarettes. So the machines kind of, they didn't have a purpose. And this company took It has taken over 100. There's over 100 locations all over. They've refurbished these machines, and they have artists that submit their work, and their art is the size of a cigarette pack, and you can see the plaques of the artists in the cigarette machine, and you can choose what you would like for your art. The art is $5. Most of them, they're almost circles. That's funny. Oh dear, I have heard so many egg jokes, you guys. Exactly. You guys can't come up with any that I've not heard. Exactly. You can choose. Sometimes you can see the boxes or the not boxes. A lot of these are on pieces of wood. They're wood blocks. You can kind of see sometimes and kind of judge. The plaque tells you sometimes what kind of thing it is. If it's jewelry, if it's a necklace, if it's a painting, if it's a collage, if it is whatever. I've taken pictures of, I've been to 4, I've actually been to 5. One of them in Ocala was in storage and I wasn't able to get to it. So this is number, oh, I would love it. I would love it. So this was number 4. I'm going to call this one number 4 because I've only gotten art out of 4 of them. This one was in the St. Petersburg Museum of Fine Art, I believe is what it was called. So you buy, I have always, they're usually in art museums and they are usually in the gift shop. For all of them that I have bought, I had to buy tokens for the machine, and the tokens are $5 a piece. Okay? I have not done, hi Clara, I have not done the Artomat. I do not have time. I just do not have time. Bye, Muriel. Thanks for being here. All right, so the art is $5 per token. You put your token in the machine, you pull the lever, and your art comes in the slot underneath. You can hear it. If it's a wood block, you really hear it clinking down through the machine, and you pull it out like you would any other vending machine. So it's really fun. And the last 2, when I go to put my tokens in and pick out my art, a lot of people are interested and they want to know what's going on. Oh yes, Emma. Oh yes. Yes. What's more than yes? Definitely, more than definitely. So I get people looking over my shoulder like, what in the world is she doing? And asking questions. When I was in Miami, I had 4 people looking over my shoulder, wondering what I was going to choose. What is this? What are you doing? How do I do that? You know, and what did you get? What did you get? Kind of thing. It was hilarious. So anyway, so these are the ones that I picked. I picked, this one was alternative art, and this one is from Cheryl Alt. What's MI? Is that Michigan or Mississippi? So this one is, it looks like a piece of canvas that was painted and put on this wood block, and she's got her information on the back, and it's wrapped with plastic so that it will go through the machine without catching. Oh, I would love that. This one was a collage. The plaque looked exactly like this. Exactly like this. So I'm thinking that the artist did all of theirs the same exact way. Let me see if I can get it focused. So that is a piece of paper glued onto a wooden block. And for some reason, he put this piece of magazine in here, and there's absolutely no reason for this magazine page to be in there, so I have no idea. And then his web address, cellophane. Cellophane? Is it cellophane? I thought Shannon called it something else. Ascente? Bye, Vicky. This one is from Daryl Patrick. It was, I can't remember what it was called. I took pictures of everything so I could remember, but I haven't had a chance to do anything with the pictures yet. This is Angel of Protection. So it was angels, something about angels, and I can't remember exactly. But this one is the Angel of Protection. As you bring compassion and generosity to these innocent and unprotected, among us, this guardian angel is assisting your merciful actions. An original print, 2 of 3. Wow, original print. He's only done 3 original prints. Yes, that acetate. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I think that Shannon called it acetate. Oh, that's the slogan, Jamie? It's artist in cellophane, Artomat. Don't go around artless. That's hilarious. Love that. All right, so all 3 of these were on wooden blocks. The wooden blocks are not my favorite. They will be easy to display because they stand up really nicely. But they're just not my I don't like, what are you going to do with a wooden block? They're not my favorite, but I can imagine that this is the easiest way to go about making the art, because you have to make 50 of them, 50 of somethings to send to the Artomat people. They want no less than 50 of your items. That's a lot. And so I can imagine that this is the easiest, fastest way to get 50 of them done. And they have to weigh a certain amount for the machine to work. That's why one of them had a marble in it. That's why. Some of them are lighter. Now I have to go back and weigh them, figure out how much they weigh. So this is the one that I knew that I wanted from the very beginning. And it was called A Book. It was a book, The Key, a book by Debbie Shannon. I knew it said on the plaque that it was a book. And I knew I wanted that book. So this one is the first one I got. Let me take the plastic off of it. And it comes in a box with the funny wrap. I love that stuff. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. So it came with all that in it, and it came with a book. Look at this, guys. I've already peeked. I've already peeked at stuff. Look at this. It's a real key. It is a real key. And the book is one of those. it is, and I've looked it up online. People call this a squash book. I loved this one. You know, I don't know if I could probably put and here it is, Jamie. Okay, so and I didn't read this before. Enclosed is a miniature book, The Key. Where did you find me? Is this your first Artomat purchase, or are you a collector? I would love to hear from you. Debbie Shannon, she gives her email address. This is the 14th book I have designed and created for Artomat since becoming an artist in cellophane in 2003. That's 700 miniature books vended throughout Artomat machines. Oh, see, that it's just and she signed it. I just and I don't know if I were to give out the email address, if you can contact her and get one. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in any of them. I will be doing a video after my nonsense is done, just about the Artomat stuff, all the Artomat goodies that I have gotten and where I got them, and pictures and that fun stuff, all that stuff. I'm going to be doing a video just for the Artomat. I kind of want to do it after I go to Ocala. They're supposed to open middle of March. You know, they're always late with that kind of thing. I would like to go to Ocala and see that Artomat before I do the video, but we'll see when I have time to do it. So I will be doing a video on just the Artomat haul. Hi, Claudette. The book is gorgeous. I loved it, and I thought that was... You started your prototype and made a few to see if you really wanted to make 50 of them, and still not sure you will follow through. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I definitely do not have time to do it right now. I just do not have the time. Oh, Vicky, you've made your 50 and you need to send in your stuff for approval. Fabulous. Okay. So, and I should have left the book out here. So I was very intrigued with the book. You know, I love books. I think that has got to be my favorite Artomat purchase so far is this book. It is definitely yeah. I love it. I love it. I love keys. I collect keys. I collect everything. I am a horrible collector. I have jars and jars and jars full of different stuff. So I got very intrigued with this, and I did look it up to figure out how to make one. And so I thought that we would mess around today and make our own little, and what I have found, that people call these a squash book. I have no idea. A squash book. So let's mess around. I have come up with different ways to make them, and you can put, this one's got covers on them. We'll make one with covers, and different sizes, and let's play around with the squash books today. All right. Hi, Penny. Hi, Fiona. So, hi, Paper Drake. You've never seen these? I have seen them once or twice throughout the years. I've seen them a few times, but I was really intrigued. You know, I knew that I'd seen them, and I was really intrigued, so I had to find them for you guys. So this is one that I've made, and here's another one that I did, a little bit smaller. And there are a few ways to do this. So we're just going to play around today. And you're almost finished. Are you almost finished unpacking, or just doing the moving process yourself? Okay, so there's a few ways to do it. Let's do the traditional way first. Okay, let's do that. And of course I had to put my own little twist on it. All right. So to make the book without the covers, we'll talk about the covers later. To make the book itself, you need 3 squares of paper. They can be anything. They can be painted paper. They can be, this is scrapbook paper. I just wanted to have something to show how to do these. You need 3 squares. They can be any size. Of course, bigger squares are going to get you a bigger book. Right? Right. A lot of people do make these into photo albums. If you notice, there's a square here on each one that take photographs really well. People do cut triangles of different papers and collage papers on them, or write on the outsides or anything, but I've seen a lot of them with photographs on these squares. Okay, and I figured out how to make them a little bit bigger than this. Is the normal size that I have found, but you can make them bigger, longer. They're kind of like an accordion book. I think they're in that accordion book kind of, I don't know. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get my bone folder out here. So what we're going to do, 3 squares. We're just going to make the smaller one first. We're going to fold our squares, and I probably should have done this before. Fold it in half this way. Fold it in half the other way. Try to be accurate. Try to be accurate so that your book will fold into itself and back out again. And then you want to fold one diagonal, only one diagonal. And this one, you really want to make sure that it's pretty accurate. Okay? So you've got, and you want to make your paper, you want your paper to be fairly sturdy, you know, cardstock. You don't want really thin paper. You're going to be opening and closing this, and if you have thin paper, it's going to eventually rip. So you don't want to put a lot of work into something and have it not last. Right? So we have to fold all 3 of them with the same folds. diagonal. That one's off just a little bit. Oh well, I guess we'll see what happens. And then the last one. What size is my paper? I believe I made this one 5.5-inch squares. I think I was going to make them a little bit bigger, but I ended up, no, yeah, 5.5-inch squares because I used some scrapbook paper that was 8.5 by 11. So I wanted to use the 11 side to make 2 squares, and so I did 5.5. These are 5.5. All right, so you've got your three, and only one diagonal. You want to make sure that all the diagonals are up and down. They look about 6 by 6. They are 5.5. They are 5.5 because I used 8.5 by 11. All right. So what we are going to do, and this is the traditional way to do it, I'm going to use glue. You can use the double-sided tape, whatever you are more comfortable with. You know, I love my glue. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put glue on this square and this square. Okay? That's all I am doing. You want to put tape on that or whatever you are using to put your pages together. Okay. Clean up my mess. And then you are going to place the other square, not the one, not the diagonal, but the other plain square. You want to glue those 2 squares together, and you want to put the squares right up to the score there that you've got. I'm trying to do this before my glue dries. So you end up with something like that. I probably should have put all the right sides up together because when you do it this way you get blank spots instead of, you know, and I did it again. I did it too fast. Hi, Nikki. What am I going to say? You know, I meant to do it so that all the printed side were up, but I forgot in my quickness here. I forgot to do that. So that's what I would do, is I would make sure all my printed sides were up. Next time, hopefully I can remember to do that. So you've got your 3 squares. So this is the difficult part, okay? Folding them into each other. And what I was doing is I fold this fold here, fold it in, and this fold on this side, fold it in to kind of train it that it wants to go in. Okay? And as I do that, there's a diagonal fold here that I'm going to fold backwards, like that. Okay? And I'm going to kind of press that open. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm folding it this way. There's a diagonal here, and I am bending that diagonal back. Okay? So you want both those diagonals to go in, and then there's a square here on top that you want to flatten out. Okay, I'll show you that one more time. On this side, there's 2 folds here, and I am making sure that those folds are going in before I start. Then the diagonal here, make sure that that's kind of folded in. Same thing on the other side. That's folded in. And then what you're doing is you're kind of folding, I'm pushing in on either side, right there at the tip, folding those in. And then this is a entire unfolded square, and you just kind of munch it down. Okay, so you've got something that looks like that. All right, and then for the last one, again, okay, let's see if I can get this, show you how to do this. You can see that I am folding those in like that and bringing them together. Okay, to make the center fold, and you kind of put your fingers in there and kind of flatten out that fold. So then you have your book. Okay, and then it opens like this. You need to train it, get your bone folder out, make sure that you've got all your corners the where you want them, get your bone folder out, start pressing them down and training them to fold in and out that way. All right. It is a little origami-ish, yes, but once you've done it a couple times and see how it folds together, it's not quite as hard as you would think. Okay? So that is the basic part of the book. It really is easy. If you want to look at the recording again and watch how I fold them in, pause it, and do it with me, it might help. Okay? So what I would probably do, and I didn't, the squares aren't big enough for this one. I think I did this for another one that I have. We'll put covers on one of them, just not this one. Okay? So we'll talk about covers in a minute. Now make 50 of them? Come on. Somebody else already had that idea. I can't take their idea. By the end of the day, I will have 50 of them. Here's one, here's two, here's three, here's another one that I was trying to work it out with a single piece of paper. Here is my prototype. I was trying to figure out how to get the folds just right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I've done so far. They're really easy. It takes longer to cut out the paper than it does to make the book. All right, so that is one way to do it. There's another way to do it. And these little squares are 3.5 inches square. Hi, Patricia. You're awful. Make 50 of them. So I thought, using that idea, let's use 5 squares and put them together and see what it looks like. So I had some scraps from a different project, 3.5 inch strips, and I thought, I'm just going to use those up. So let me fold them, and I could have done this earlier, but I didn't. I'm sorry. So this one will make it a little longer, and hopefully it won't be out of control. I haven't done this one yet, so this is an experiment. Hopefully it won't be too long and it will actually fold back up again. Wish me luck here. You know how sometimes my experiments don't work out the way they're supposed to. It happens a lot. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hi, Joanne. Ooh, the small paper pad from the Dollar Tree would be perfect for this. You know, last year I got this, and I didn't think about that. Last year I got this paper pad from Hobby Lobby. It was 90% off. They were trying to get rid of their Valentine stuff and couldn't get rid of the paper. And I thought I can't even remember how much. It must have been about 70 cents. I couldn't pass it up. I'm not a big Valentine's person. I'm not a big heart person. But there were some patterns in there I thought would be nice, and I hadn't thought about that. I could definitely make some little books out of that paper. I've had it for a year and not done anything with it. Maybe not quite a year because it was after Valentine's. All right. So I am, again, let's see what papers I have here. I have 5 of those and 2 of those, so I'm going to put these in the center and do it that way. And let me put glue on this square and this square. And let me do it right side up this time, guys. So I am putting it it's hard to see the folds this way. Oh, it works that way. All right. Where did I put the other glue? Oh, there it is. Okay. There, I can see it on the back much easier. All right. Let me put glue on this one. Let's see how this works. Hopefully it will. It might not, you know. It might not. So let me put that one on there, just to the folds, not over the folds. Oops. Like that. All right. Put my glue away. All right. So now I've got this great big long piece. And let's see if I can get it to fold the way I want it to. This one has to go this way. Fold it in and down. I think I'm just going to go down the line here. See if it works that way. Do I have to go this way with it? Probably. Fold those 2 in. So it's kind of an accordion fold thing. Those 2 diagonals in. I didn't get that glued exactly right. I'll just convince it wants to be there. So the 2 diagonals in. So it's not so bad if you put the diagonals in and do it that way. It's not quite as bad as an origami project. It really isn't, because you're really not folding again, and that's where I always get stuck with origami projects. All right, and so the diagonals in like that. And flatten out that top square. Look! You're waiting with bated breath to see if it works. You guys. You guys. Christmas card ideas. I've heard birthday card ideas. And look. It works. It works. It would be great. And so you can use as many squares as you want to make it as long as you want, because that works perfectly fine. Yay! I like that. That is a lot of fun. And then you can start decorating. This would be an interesting glue book, guys. They'd have lots of little places, front and back, to glue images and book pages and stuff, tickets, all kinds of stuff. It'd be fun to make these out of maps. A map like this would be really, really cool. I love it. All right. All right. So then I got to thinking, how can I go about doing this without gluing all these squares together? Okay? So I figured out a way to make this from a single sheet of paper. Let me get these out of the way. So what I have here is a single sheet of nautical charts. Would be really cool. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it's also known as a map book. Well, of course, of course. I haven't seen them made out of maps, but I think that would be great. They're also known as a map book. Of course they would be. I bet you could also, well, I was wondering if you could glue more out this way so that it would fold together. Okay, anyway. So I wanted to do one out of, hi Nikki, a single piece of paper. So I decided, so I figured it out. Right? That's what I was doing with this little prototype here. I was figuring out how to fold a single piece of paper to get the same thing, so I don't have to fold and fold and fold and glue 3 squares together. So this piece of paper, I have figured out that you can use any piece of paper that is, say you're using a scrapbook paper that's 12 inches long, it needs to be 6 inches wide, so half as wide as it is long. This one is 5.5 by 11. Okay, so it should be about the same size as this one when I get it done, using less paper. Okay, this is another experiment. Okay, so to do this with a single piece of paper, twice as wide as it is narrow, fold your paper in half. And fold the end to that crease, and I can't see the crease through all that checker. I'm using a piece of scrapbook paper I'm not real fond of, just to use it. So I am folding the ends to the center. Okay. And then I need to get my prototype out here where I can see it. What did I do next? I folded. So those are I folded that corner that way. Okay, I can't remember. I did this really fast. So I am going to do that. That's not the right way. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, I'm going to do it. I might have to do this again. I'm doing it the wrong way. And then this way. And again for the other side. Hopefully this will work. It worked for me before, but then again, I didn't have everybody watching me. And I don't think I've got this measured exactly right either because it's not entirely square. Okay, so then I need to fold this up to here. And this side up to that fold. And the same thing for the other side. No, I just did that one. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. That one. And then I need the fold here. All right. So you have all these folds in here. All right. Yes, no pressure, thank you. Yes, but all eyes are on me. All right, so I've got all my folds in here. So what I need to do, and I hope, and mine is not very accurate. I must not have measured it. I did it really fast right before the stream. I must not have measured it accurately. But what you want to do is cut off the entire corner here along that fold line. And on the other side as well. And this one I figured out all by myself. I did not see anybody else doing this. I am horrible when it comes to conserving paper, and I wanted to do the same thing without having to glue pieces of paper together. So it uses a third less of the paper. And now I want to take out these triangles on the sides. You can see that we don't have them here and here. Okay, so I am cutting along those folds right there to make that like that. And I need to do all 4 of those. And you probably do want to use a cardstock, something pretty sturdy for this, so it will last a very long time. Alright, so then you're stuck with something like this with all the folds in it. Alright, I'm going to do my diagonal folds again, just so that I can hardly see them. I've lost them a little bit. That one didn't get folded very accurately. Alright, so I've got this. Now I am going to do it on the nice side. Put my diagonals together. Press down that square. The the other side as well. I'm taking these two diagonals and pressing them in together. Turning it over and again pressing those two diagonals together, pressing it together. So you don't have to fold all those, you don't have to glue all those squares together, and you still get a nice little, once you train them to fold like that, you get the same thing. Be a little bit more accurate than I was, because this one is not exactly accurate. It's pretty close, but it's not exactly. But we don't have to glue the squares together, and you've saved a little bit of paper. So you can do this, say, with a piece of watercolor paper that you've painted, or a piece of cardstock that's, you know, large. And in fact, I've got some of that over there. And I like the idea of a single piece of paper rather than gluing squares together. It's just me. Yeah, I think it makes it a little bit more strong, I guess. But it is exactly the same size. Oh, nope, it's not. It's just a little bit bigger than putting the squares together. Nope, this one is the three. Where's the one that I did? This is, let me measure them. Let me measure, see what we've got here. This is 5.5 inch squares, and this was 11 and 5.5 inches wide. So it doesn't make as big. It doesn't make the book as big, but you know, it's still cute. It's still cute. I guess you're not saving any paper by doing that, because your book is smaller. All right. So yeah, see, I've got a million books here now. It wouldn't take that long to actually do 50 of these. Not that I want to do 50 of them. All right. So now I've got covers, and I was going to show how to do covers, but I can't remember. Oh, it was this one that I did the covers for. And this one is 5-inch squares. 5-inch squares. You like that? You like, is it cute? Is it cute? So to put covers on it, and I was just going to use security envelope. I thought that might be kind of cute. I can put paint on it if I want to. So I opened up one of these, and I use these pieces of paper for the covers. So this was my 5-inch book, which ends up to be about 2.5 inches when it's all folded up. So I made my little pieces of cardboard a smidgen more than 2.5, just so I knew it kind of would go over the square just enough to cover that paper. So I am going to use my glue stick and take that bit of piece of paper off of there. And I'm just going to glue stick on this piece of paper and make these two covers real fast. Put that there. I'm going to chop off the corners. Like that. Put some glue on the sides there. Now I've shown how to do this before. I need to do it again. Do the top and the bottom. And then do the sides. You do the opposite sides to get your corners nice and square. And that corner did not get nice and square, so I'm folding in some of that just a little bit. And that makes your corners real square. Doesn't matter how bad this looks because you're going to be gluing that to your book. So again, glue the paper to your cover. You're taking bulk away when you cut off the corners like that. Put more glue on. Top and bottom or sides first. And I'm pulling that paper over the cardboard right to the edge, making sure that that edge is really firm. The paper is pulled against that edge. And then the sides. Like that. And then to put them on the book, I would put more glue. I think this is why I like glue stick. You really have to wait for a wet glue to dry between stages so that it can get dry. It doesn't take forever to dry it. And then just place your book on that and make sure that it's centered the way you want. The other side. And you probably want to clamp your cover onto your book. Get my little pieces of cardboard out here. Put that on there, center it. And this book is it's not folded really accurately, so it's a little wonky. And then I use pieces of cardboard to help so it doesn't indent the cardboard, and I use my clips to clip it on and let it dry. And I like to let mine dry overnight so I know it's really nice and dry. But that's how I would put my covers on. But when you get, let me just show you what it looks like with the covers. You see it? So that's what it looks like. I kind of like the covers on there. I think they need to be painted or something, which is fine. I'm going to let it dry though. So that was pretty fast and pretty easy. extremely fast, extremely easy. Right? Right? And we have plenty of time to do more stuff. So what I was thinking, you like the covers? So I have a piece of cardstock, and this one, what is this? This one might be, yep, this one's a mixed media pad. It's Artist Loft. Don't remember where I got this. I've had it for a little bit. I don't remember. So it's mixed media pad. I'm not sure how heavy it is. It kind of feels, oh, 98 pound. 98 pound. Okay. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Janet. A Twinchy holder. There you go. You could make them small for just a little inch. That would be really cool. Make the extra long ones and put little inchies on there. I like that. All right. All right. Focus, focus. Would I put an image on each page or just put some papers on each page? Artist Loft is Hobby Lobby stores. Okay. Artist Loft, is it Hobby Lobby or is it Michael's? I have people saying it's... I don't use a lot of Elmer's. So what I thought would be kind of fun to do, and it's Michael's. Artist Loft is Michael's. Okay. Got glue. I've got glue. That I would color up this piece of cardstock a little bit and try to make a book from it. It is 14 inches wide, so it is 7 inches, 14 inches long and 7 inches wide. It's Michael's. Okay. Should I fold it up first or should I paint it first? I watched too much of Shannon Green, and I blame Shannon for this. Shannon, if you ever watch this, I blame you entirely. It's all your fault. How dare you be a hoarder and expect everybody to go with you. Look at this. And this, I have 6 more up there. Okay? I've got 2 Hobby Lobbies in my area. I went to both of them last week. One of them had the inks, the acrylic inks, on sale. And obviously they'd been on sale for a very long time because there was only 6 inks left. That was gone. They were all gone. My other Hobby Lobby did not have them on sale yet. So I went back on Friday, and of course they just had put them on sale. So I got to choose all the colors that I didn't get the first time. You know you love Shannon. Well, I'm thinking the love part just a little bit, as I have got too much stuff I need to be using up. I don't have enough room for the stuff I have, and here Shannon has made me, I blame her entirely, Shannon has made me buy more stuff that I do not need. It's all her fault. It's all her fault. I blame you, Shannon. I blame you entirely. I got gold and silver. I got white and pearlescent. I got some of the metallic ones. And this one's a metallic. This one's a pearlescent. I think this one is too. I don't see it written on here, but I believe I can see that it's a pearlescent. Some of them are just plain. Here's another pearlescent one. So, honestly. So, you have more than that. I've got 17, and the 6 is 23 of them. I've got 23 bottles, and I have no room. I have no place to put these. I think that I don't know if they're not going to carry them anymore. All of them are now discounted. I think they're trying to get rid of them. I think they're trying to get rid of them. I don't think that they're going to be carrying them anymore. I don't think they were selling. Some of the bottles are pretty bad. And you see that? I don't think they're going to carry them anymore. I think they're trying to get rid of them. You see how corroded that is? I think they've had them for a while, and they're not selling. So I think they're trying to get rid of them. I don't think... Yeah, I think they're trying to get rid of them. So, thanks to Shannon, they're not going to have a problem. They are going to go like crazy. So, I kind of wanted to use some of these. Oh, I do love the shine. I do love the pearlescence and the metallic-y looking paints. So, yes, I will use them. I don't have any place to put them. So I have to use them all up. Like I have time to use them up, right? Like I have time right now to use anything. I was actually going to do some more on here. A few had clog stoppers, I can imagine. I haven't opened any of them yet. I have not had a chance to do a whole lot of anything. And I am going to put this cute little book back in its box before I get it all inky and yucky and stuff, to preserve it, because it is my absolute favorite thing I have gotten from the Artomats. So I want it to stay nice. I want it to stay very, very nice. All right. Hey, you got your inks before I got them. I blame you. I blame Shannon first, and then I blame you because you'd gotten some and were working with them. And then I didn't get them until last week. I didn't start looking for them until last week. You got them before I did, so I blame you, Vicky. I blame you. I have been to 4 Artomats since November. I've been to 4. One in Richmond, Virginia. One in Miami. I have one in my town here of Lakeland and one in St. Petersburg, which is about an hour away. So I had planned on using up the rest of my time. Oh, you blame me for your book sickness. Well, at least you don't have a circle problem. I obviously need Circles Anonymous. Or so I've been told. So, what shall we do, people? What shall we do? I'm kind of curious what this stuff will be like. This one is not one of the pearlescent ones. I want to see the pearlescent one. Should we put a little bit of pearlescent on a page and see what it looks like? Ooh, this one's got a booger in it already. Yeah, I think they've been sitting there for a very long time. I don't think they were selling them at all. Bye, Verifee. Oh. Should I make circles? You have a circle problem? I definitely have a circle problem. That's pretty cool. I don't know how long they take to dry. I'm going to put this on top. I should have gotten some for you, Shelley. Which ones did you get, Scotty, for Shelley? Of course, I can't go today. They're closed. It's pretty cool. It's a nice shimmer. It's a nice shimmer color. I'm in Lakeland. I have two in Lakeland that I went to. The one on, gosh, I don't even know the address. I don't even know the street it's on. They just went on sale sometime this past week. So there was a few of them. The one, I don't even know, I don't get out very often. So I don't know the addresses of any place. I get out once a week. And I just know which turns to take to get to where I need to go. So I couldn't tell you. Oh, you don't, they're all wrapped up in a box. How many did you find for her? I probably should go back and get a few more. You're not supposed to be mailing liquids though, right? Hi, Jillian. Okay, that wasn't dry yet. But that's pretty cool. I like the way they look. That'll be fun to use those. That will be really a lot of fun to use these. So if I put a little daub down here, and use a paintbrush, ooh, it adds, this is the white pearlescent, it adds a lot of, I do not have the Kool-Aid dyed video up yet. I do not. I didn't do it. I did the coffee dyed video and I didn't get a chance to get to the Kool-Aid dyed yet. And then it got hot. I should have done it when it was cold, but I didn't have time to do it then. Okay. I need a drink of water, so I'm going to mute you guys really quick so I can get a drink without you having to listen to me gulp, and slurp my water here. All right? Wow, it's a good thing I muted. Started choking. So, I don't have a dirt cheap. I have never seen a dirt cheap. So I am liking that a little bit. Just a little bit. This is the pearlescent blue. This one is the not pearlescent. I think this is... I don't even see a color on it. I'm not sure what color it is. A little dot there. Ooh. Yeah, these are nice. So I will be making some more, put some paint on these things and stuff. I suppose I should be doing that to use up the rest of my time. Do some stenciling, do some stamping, so I can make some more books. Now I'm going to start sneezing. I am definitely having some allergy issues. I do apologize if I get a sneeze that sneaks up on me. I don't get a chance to mute. Oh, I have used egg dyes too. In fact, this piece of paper right here was done with egg dye, and the egg dye had a gold paint in it. And so the whole thing was with egg dye. I usually buy the egg dyes after Easter and use them because I like the way they look on paper. That one is actually, yeah, it's Easter egg dye. It did smell a little like vinegar because I did put the vinegar in it. But it doesn't smell so much like vinegar anymore. So I guess maybe eventually it does go away. I did that probably last year. I did that. I did a whole stack of egg dyes. And in fact, I've got 3 more packages of egg dyes that I need to use up. I also like the Kool-Aid. Can't make up my mind. So I had planned on messing around a little bit with these boards. Hello, Kathleen. I'm not going to do anything with the book. We investigated the books, the squash books, and so we don't really need to do more of those right now. And so I'm going to get out my toys and mess around. Oh, this one doesn't even have any collage stuff on it. So all I did with these is collage some book page stuff, some envelopes. Did a bit of stamping. You saw me do a little bit of stamping. And I'm just going to add a little bit of paint. And then I'm going to add some stenciling. And I really do need to put some stuff on here. Hi, Sherry. So I am just going to mess around unless you guys want me to do another one of those books. I really don't have the paper painted. I'm going to get my toy box out. I was looking at my stuff. So I'm going to get my toy box out and some paint and a couple lids to put some paint on. Aunt Sandra gave me one of these little doohickeys. I'd been looking for one forever and didn't want to spend an arm and a leg for it. And she had one. She gave it to me. And so I'm going to see how it works. We're going to mess around. We're just going to mess around. You just got your email saying that I was live. That's horrible. Alright, so I'm putting a little bit of paint in there. And let's get the paint on here and see what happens. Haha, like it. Maybe I should use a dark paint. Oh, yes, I guess I really do have a circle problem. I like circles. I do like my circles. I like circles a lot. I apologize. And this is a whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. I do need to use up the rest of this paint. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to use it up on one of my under papers here. Try to get the paint off of this thing. That's another. That's going to be a difficult chore, isn't it? Let's get. Alright, first I am going to use up this paint. Then I am going to try to clean this thing off. It's an egg white beater, yep. Yep, it's an egg white beat. It's a beater. It's a and I like it. Let me use a darker color. Ooh, let's use some of this metallic with it. See if we can see what it really does. Get enough paint on there to really do something with. Bounce, bounce, bounce. I guess I do have a circle problem. You know, what are you going to do, huh? Okay. So here it is. That one's already got some metallic circles on it. Let's see. Yeah. I like it. I do like it. I like it a lot. Let's see if we can get it over here to let it dry a little bit. The other side is empty. This is working pretty cool. I really like it. Thank you, Aunt Sandra. Oh no. All right. So I am going to clean it off. It is a lot of fun. I could sit here and make circles forever. I really could. Let's clean this off while it's still wet. Hey, Grace. Alrighty. Came pretty clean. It's pretty clean now. And let me get another under paper thing out. I've got some blotchies here. It's going to take forever to dry. So let me blot them a little bit. This one's got some blotchies on it too. That really looks cool. That is really cool. Bye, Nikki. I like it. I like everything. There's not a whole lot that I don't like, right? Let's Get another one of these big ones out so I can get that finished. This would have been cool with those circles. Why didn't I think of that before? Okay, so that is getting dry and doesn't want to come off. Let's see. Let's use the fly swatter. Let's use the fly swatter. Okay, so I've got some more little toys in here that I haven't used a whole lot. I found this, it's called a rolling massager at the Dollar Tree, and it's got little pointy bits here. And I am not sure exactly how good that will be. So I'm going to put a little bit of ink in here. Find another page. And I guess I should take this off before I drag ink everywhere. You got one of those too? Let's ink that up and see what happens. It leaves dots. I think I need a better place to put ink or paint. It certainly leaves dots. Polka dot on everything. It's interesting. Not one of my favorites though. I think the egg beater definitely is going to be one of my favorites. All right. So cleaning that up. And what else can we do? Don't have any paint on this side. Hardly any paint. Flip-flop. This is the inks. Oh, look. The inks are great for flip-flops. You use yours on your back. Look at that. I like that too. I need to get the toy box out more often, don't you think? I'm going to have to figure out different ways to use this ink. Since I don't have any place to store it, I'm going to have to use it all up. because I don't have any place to put it. I really don't. And for the renovations, I'm going to have to pack everything up. I may not find stuff for quite a while. It's just a mess. It's a mess. It's complete nonsense. I have to disrupt my entire life so that they can raise my rent, basically. I like it. I like it. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so let's see if it transfers with a baby wipe. Oh, it does. Let's get this all cleaned up. I'm making a terrible mess. It's an awful mess. A sparkly, awful, fun little mess. All right, so I need to clean that up. I need a new baby wipe because that one is getting a little dry. Clean off my flip-flop. It's acrylic ink, so I can imagine that if it dries, it's going to clog up my pattern here. And that would not make me very happy. I have never seen another flip-flop like this one. That does sound like a good one. Lisa, My Eclectic Life, has a video on marbling a button with fingernail polish. Marbling a button? Okay. What else have I got in my bag of tricks here, in my toy box? We've got the Legos. We've got the Legos. We've got this fun thing. I bet that would be great with the inks. Should we use the gold ink and see how well that works? How the gold ink works. Silver works pretty well. Okay, let's see. Let's paint some gold on the Lego. Let's see how that works. It leaves polka dots. Yeah. I don't know. I've never really been into a kitchen store. I don't do a lot of cooking, but I do like the kitchen area in the Dollar Tree. That's for sure. They've got a lot of cool stuff. That other side doesn't have anything on it, so I can't use that. I don't know. You need me to take you on a field trip? I just need to take you on a field trip around my room here. That would give you plenty of ideas. Let's see if I can get, the ink has gone into the little spaces in between my Lego here, and I don't know if I can get it out. This usually makes quite an interesting pattern. I don't think I've got enough ink on it. Let's get some more ink out here. And I like the lines it makes. And it makes squigglies. It makes lines and squiggles and looking for printing stuff. Yeah, well, see, I don't go into cooking stores because things are expensive in there. So I don't go, because if I'm not going to use it for cooking, I'm not going to spend that kind of money on toys to paint with. So I go to the Dollar Tree in the cooking section to find my toys. So this ink really is kind of nice. I'll show you here. The lines. You see the lines? I like cooking stuff to paint with. I like anything to paint with. Who am I kidding? Dollar Tree and thrift stores, definitely. A chunk of felt I can use for the ink pad for the Legos. The Legos are actually plastic, so they don't hold the ink very well. I've tried using them on other things, and it doesn't work real well. It's probably really dry on there. The inks that I am using are Shannon Green's suggestion, the FW inks that are on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Hi, Kate. I found a few, so I'm trying to find ways to use them. My time is up. Yeah. Dale Rowney. Can't get it to focus. There we go. There we go. So thank you everyone for having a fun time today. Well, you better get over there because Hobby Lobby is selling them out, and I don't think they're going to bring them back. So here's my lines with this little doohickey. I don't know exactly what this thing is. A baster or something. Make some interesting lines. Does make some interesting little bits. Use it up. I'm going to clean off all my toys. I hadn't planned on making a huge mess. So thank you guys for spending some time with me. And I will be back on Tuesday. I think I'm going to do a page in the FIBS book. And I don't think I'm going to have a lot of time to do a whole lot of anything else this week, and I do apologize. Not a lot I can do. I wish I didn't have to do all this other nonsense because I have better things to do. I really do. So I will try to get videos out. I probably won't get the challenge out this week. I will try to get everything done so I will be good for next week. I want to see all the little books that you guys make. As I think that that's a great little pattern. It could do a lot of different fun little things. So, and then I will work on these panels a little bit more, and I'm going to make some more of those 3-tier books with these guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to continue to put stuff on them. Until I feel like they're full enough to... I need to put stuff on this side. I completely missed this whole section here. You've been cutting your papers into folios. Fabulous. And I think that's what I'm going to do with these, is I am going to make another 3-tiered book. Because those are awfully fun to make. So, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And if you guys can think of anything else I can use these inks on, please let me know. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.